Hey there, how there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome to yet another ASG Golf video. This time we're doing the 2026, but we're not doing the 70s, 90s tour. We're switching tours to the 60s, 2000s tour from Oakmont. 128 men will be going for one match play title. And of course, if you win a monthly tournament, you go to Augusta for the year-end Tournament of Champions, which starts this year on December 31st, 2026. If you take second, you get to go to a wildcard tournament. You get 6 wildcard things per tour. There's 4 tours and all that. So 48 plus 24, 72. We do have a couple of interesting things. For one thing, unlike the 70s, 90s tour, this tour did not exist last year per se. It was 80s, 2000s, and 40s, 60s. But now, because of schedule, because of points and all that, the 60s, 2000s tour, this is there at Oakmont. Now this tournament was supposed to go first in the list of the 4 tours and be at Pebble Beach, but because of RJL Network, who picked this tour to be in, because this was his favorite golf decade, the 2000s. RJL picked us, and the problem is that he has the famous inside pitch dice playing game, so he basically needed that week. So I gave him that week and give you this week for the Oakmont. So anyway, we will have his match. It'll be one of the final. There are 3 matches today. Tomorrow will be 3. Wednesday 2. Thursday 1. Friday 1. Saturday 2. Sunday 1. So let's see who wins. And even more impressive about this thing of 60s, 2000s is that all 5 Canadian-born golfers, Al Balding, George Knudsen, Mo Norman, Stephen Ames, and Mike Weir, are all in this game, are all in this tour. I know I count as a Canadian, but I didn't win anything. So anyway, that's tee off. We'll have our Canadian Mike Weir against Christy O'Connor from lovely Ireland. We're on the first hole at Oakmont. Weir hits the bunker. Man, look at that shading and all that. A shot there, O'Connor. And here's a kind of off-putting perpendicular for Bert. We put that in. Yeah, 1 in 9 chance. O'Connor, he fumbles, and Mike Weir starts off fast. 1-2. Left-hand side is a massive bunker. Ooh, I thought it's the bunker. Christy O'Connor. Now, of course, if you've missed it, the reason why, you have Oakmont, Pebble Beach, and a few other courses be actually what we call empty net in there, and also Royal Birkdale, I guess it is. Well, whoever hosted the British Open last year, whoever hosts the 3 big tournaments, the US Open, the PGA, and the British Open in real life, they get to be 3 of the 4 match play things for January. The other match play tournament goes to whoever wins the year-end tournament and picks its course. And for Andy Bean, he's won at Doral 3 times, so Doral will be in the rotation. Second shot, I think, done. Weir needs a good pitch shot to match him, and I think he's okay. First, 23. We got that double, the torch pews. We got it on the 3rd and I think the 5th hole. Oh, yeah, the pews. He hit the church pews. O'Connor will have to try something drastic. What's that? For par. Overshoots by 6. O'Connor. For bogey. Got it. O'Connor can tap in. All right. O'Connor's shot. At the other side of the church pews. Mike Weir does the same thing. So these two have to practically do something. Corner up and over and rear for birdie. Too much. Rear for the hook. No. There's O'Connor on 5. Like Weir. I think I'll get. We have to. O'Connor up and over. No curse. I love you guys. For the hole. Off by 2. O'Connor. Yes. Okay. Alright, on 6. Well, that's my left. There. The right. Shot up and well, he's out of the bunker. Like Weir. That's that for par. Nope. Overshot. Weir for the hook. Like Weir. Up and over on 7. Well, that's good. Next shot. Up and over. And wide to the right. There. To the left. The hole. Off by 3. O'Connor. On putt, but failed. He failed the bogey putt, so we're going to go up by 2. And 8. Ooh. Lateral hazard. That's a lateral hazard. Oh, the Sahara. I didn't know there was a lateral hazard. But, okay, he missed the bunker. At least he missed the bunker. For the hole. On the 9. Putt belly pink, as I call it. Christy, up and over. Like Weir. For eagle, 53 feet. Might as well try. Wow, you almost made it. That would have been amazing. Weir for the hole. Oh, he's off by inches. We'll try and make it with the 1 3 9. This is the second of 64 matches. Because of Canadian heritage. Let's see. I think it's Weir and Knudsen who will have their matches on Canadian on TV. We're gonna see if the other 3 Canadian producers are here. Miss there. O'Connor. For par. Under 11. My favorite team coming out would be like, well, I think it's okay. And at that one missed bunker and plays heroes. Like Weir. No. Drawback, no. Flip it over. Off by 2. Weir for the hook. He missed and then hit the next one. He's 2 up with 7 to play. On to 12. Par 5. Man, what a par 5. Well, that's going to roll to the right, but stay on the fairway. I didn't think Mike Weir had a lot off the tee. O'Connor will do that. Here. Got caught. For the hole. Donuts. Over pass. Chrissy O'Connor and give Canada some help. Up and over. O'Connor. It drew the other side. Okay. For the hole. Johnny Pott, first winner. He beats Gardner Dickinson. So Johnny Pott, well, he potted the balls in when he needed to. I don't know that's a snooker / pool reference too. Don't quote me on that. So I think the winner gets Johnny Pott. Yeah, the winner gets Johnny. Because Johnny was the first guy to finish. I mean, he had 3 holes left. And Chrissy O'Connor. Okay. For the hole. Oh! Jeez. It just kicked at the last second. But he's got another chance because O'Connor fucked up. So Chris Riley crushing Len Matisse by 6, so Riley wins. Well, Len Matisse is the guy who lost the playoff to Mike Weir for the 2003 Masters. Speaking of Mike Weir, yeah. I think Weir had it, and then I think, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Matisse have a tough birdie on 18 to tie Weir for the lead? I don't think Weir was in the final pairing on Sunday. I can't remember. It was like, it was the shocking thing to see Mike Weir win a major for Canada. It's the only time a Canadian's ever won a major in golf, ever, for par. Bobby Nichols crushing Peter Thompson by 6, so nice job by Nichols. And of course, the trivia question is, who was the first ever ASG tournament winner? Not tournament of champions, the first ever ASG golf tournament. Who won the first ever one? And that would be Peter Thompson. Yep, it was Peter Thompson who got that mark. And bunker. Up and over. Where? Nice shot. Nice shot. He's gotta have this shot. He's off. Weir can just tap it in. Hey guys, Mike Weir taps in. He wins 5-3. So Mike Weir wins. He'll get Johnny Pott in the next round. It will be a little bit of time before we get to our next match. So watch the highlights. Nicholas Foss beats Gene Lillard by 3, so that was Foss. Ben Crane beats Bob Rosberg by 1. Ben Whooping Crane. Tommy Jacobs beats KJ Choi by 3, so bad news for KJ, the Korean doll, as they call him. Now Finsterwell beats Paul Herney by 2. Herney won, 2022? Or was it 23 of match play? And everyone was like, what the hell? Well, he's a champion. David Toms beats the Kiwi Michael Campbell quite easily, a little too easy. Toms. Stuart Sink sunk Bruce Devlin by 1. Tommy Bolt, the guy with the penchant for throwing his club down the field, beat Don Massengill. So Tommy Bolt won. Stuart Appleby, fancy like Applebee's on a Friday. He beats Doug Ford, not the politician, but the golfer. And U.S. Open champ, I think. Bob Goldby beats Angel Cabrera by 2. Not the first time he took down an Argentine by back foul means. Ooh. 1968 Masters champion Bob Goldby. Obviously, you know what happened. Retief Goosen takes down Charles Howell III. No relation to the first Howell III from Gilligan's Island. The goose ain't cooked yet. Stenson beats Ted Kroll by 3. And now Group 30. You got Al Balding against Bill Rogers. He looks like the chubby crew cut, I should call it. Al Balding, the second Canadian involved. Wow, he got out of the bunker. And he almost hit the other one, but he managed to get that right. Oh, the roll. Not the best roll in the fucking world. Rogers. Nope. For birdie. Off by 2. Rogers for the hole. No, sir. They'll tie. There's no tie. On to 2. Rogers. Whoa, that's to the right. Oh, wow. I thought he was going to hit a bunker, but no. Balding. Look out. That's in the trench. Wow, he avoids the trench. The trench. You have a point. Bill Rogers. Okay. Birdie. Nope. He missed. Rogers for the hook. Don January beating Kurt Triplett by 2. Boo! Weekly beats Tim Clark by 5. Yep, Don January trying to win a tournament in, well, January. He's off to a good start. Down the middle by Phil Rogers. That's again. Al Balding. Down the pipe. What can you do? Phil Rogers, up and over. Yeah, I don't know about that. Al Balding. Rogers. Oh, that was too close. And Balding will get a little bit of a chance. I think we're going to have a tie for it. Shot. The other end of the turf cues, Rogers hits them. Balding, sing. Well, what can you do? Balding up the middle. Rogers. Good shot. For Park. I'm going to hit with Briny Beard going extra holes. Frank Beard beats For Plunk by 4. So Frank Beard does it. For Plank. Kind of looks like a young Akibono, aka Chad Rowan. With the Hawaiian features. Club this is for fairway. That's more than good. Balding up and Rogers up and not that. Balding for birdie. Off by 2. Rogers for the hook. No, I probably would have quit Balding's match. On to 6. Up and over. Whoa. Into the bunker. Does Balding have a chance? Maybe off to the back. That's to the back. Oh, Rogers hit bunker to bunker for the hole. Off by 5. I like my drop. For the hole. There we go. 97. Up and over. Rogers. Up and over. Okay. Up and over. Nah. Revert. Rogers going to do the same thing. But he can't. Rogers back up to I2. Lionel Hayward wins the extra hole against Briney. The wins are going to actually become existent, I think, right? Mason Rudolph beats Jay Hayward by 2. So Mason, that hair. Rich Beam beats Bobby Charles by 3. Nice job by Beam. In fact, Rich Beam, Bob Charles was the only left-hander to win a major, that the 1963 British Open, until Mike Weir did so. Whoa, that's wide left. Balding, clean. Oh yeah, it goes back to the bunker. Rogers is going to have to hit the lateral hazard. The Balding just has to stay calm, cool, collective, and you'll be down by only 1 hole. For double. No! Well, that's not going to matter. Robert Curlson beats Billy Maxwell by 1. Wow, Sweden's 3 for 3. Looking for the ditch. Move it. He doesn't hit the ditch. Bill Rogers. Bill Rogers. Rogers, second shot. Balding. Up and okay. Head shot up and lovely. Lovely indeed. Balding for the hole. He's out by 6. Up by 1, headed to the turn. That's the fancy term for the 10th. On the back turn. Nice shot on the fairway. Yes, it will. Oh, the clapping's a tell. A nasty tell. Bill Rogers. 50-50. Up and over. Balding. Or birdie. Up by 6. Balding might as well play. Nope. Rogers. Okay. Dave Aragon beats Miguel Jimenez by 1. Miguel Angel. Pulls this up like that. Bill Rogers. Rogers. Up and over. Al Balding. Long. Birdie. Up by 3. Rogers for the hook. No. Doug Sanders beats Abelman by 1. He'll have to go back to CBS. Sean Michelle beats George Archer by 2. Bo Whittinger beats Jeff Ogilvie Roberto Di Vincenzo beats Chad Campbell, so lots of winners. Winners and losers. That's what they say. Over everything. Balding, up, and Booker. Oh. By 2. Fill the frill. Rogers are up by 2. With 6 to go. Up and over. Balding. Up short. Balding. Up by 2. Her. Bernard Hunt beats Charlie Sifford by 4. Feels so bad that Charlie Sifford got ruined because of the games right only. Rogers up and over. Nice. Balding. Par. And he doesn't. I shot 290. Rogers. Rogers. Now Balding up and over. For birdie. Up by 5. For the hook. Balding on the ropes. Balding has won 3 straight holes. Todd Hamilton beats Gray Brewer by 2. So Todd Hamilton, the winner of the 2004 British Open, as big as a underdog as Ben Curtis was in 2003 when he did it. Balding, this is a chance. Maybe not. Boogie. Well, he missed. Balding for the hole. What a mistake. But he gets the second chance. And keep going. Up and over. Rogers. Wide right on that one. Balding. Up and over. And that's that. Rogers. For birdie. Off by 8. For the hole. Balding. Oh, brutal. That was brutal. He had a 1-3 chance. Well, he has a chance. Hard to switch. The ball can pass us the next player. Can the impossible happen? Rogers. Up and over. Bill Rogers. Outside teams just play people. For par. Overshoots. For match. Nope. The bad point. Rogers just has to call. Well, good try by Balding, but Phil Rogers wins by 2. Art Wall beats Bart Bryan by 2. You'll see a lot of results before we get to our JL Networks game. Chucky cupped it over Alan Henning by 3. Arnold Palmer beats Phil Shaggins by 4, so Ernie's Army looking pretty good. Venturi and Justin Rose going to extra holes. That's a good matchup. And Justin Rose is the man who gets out on top. Kermit Sarley upsets Ernie Els. The Big Easy falls. Wow, I didn't see that coming. DJ Tran beats Flesh by 5. Flesh rules. Fresh lives, sorry. Kenny Perry beats Bagay by 1. Jack Fleck beats George Bear by 2. Stephen Ames going extra holes against Oberholzer. Tommy Aaron beats Gary Player by 2. That's a big upset there. Tony Lima, big win over Hunter Mahan. Tony Lima. Ames loses to Oberholzer. Brett Snedeker beats Robert Allenby by 1. Looks like Dennis the Menace Snedeker does. Lucas Glover and Jack Burke going to extras. Glover, that hair was like too fro. Paul Casey and Ben Curtis going extra holes. Ben Curtis, the 2003 British Open winner, as I said. Jack Burke does beat Lucas Glover by 1. Thomas Bjorn beats Moody by 1. He's probably Moody. Anthony Kim shocks Sergio by 2. Rory Sabatini crushes Jerry Kelly like a great. Wow, so Anthony Kim. Tiger wins. He beats Mariama Sandes by 2 holes. Ben Curtis wins the playoff against Casey. Darren Clark crushes Charlie Coe by 6. There's our JL Network versus Cal Nago. Only 4 more matches after this will be up. Argel down the pipe. As a play. Good shot. Here's Nago. We are going to jump in there. Second shots. Nago up and B. RGL. Pitch rolling away from the hole. For Bert. Donuts. RGL. For the hole. First. I forgot about Oberhauser being Ames, the traditional Aaron voice. I know you'll be thinking, he's gone insane. But I haven't. RGL noted on the second hole. Not bad. There you go. And looks to the right, and he hits that bunker. Second shot. Out of the bunker. Well, you got past the bunker, but on the wrong side. RGL just needs to play clean. I think that's clean. I think that's clean. Right, 2 shots. Take the second chance. There you go. 2 shots using Monasan by 2. What's our clock say? 34 minutes. Okay. RGL on 3. We go for the church keys. He's like, church keys? What church keys? There you go. There you go. Arjo network up and ooh. For the hole. No. Argel misses the par putt. Our H6 looks like a old shot blonde. He beats Zach Johnson. Mickelson beats Buttos. Up and over. RJL. Into the bunker. There you go. RJL. Oh. No. RJL. Missed. He had a chance. There you go. We'll win the hole and tie it up. RJL's like, well, I wish it was a 2-hole competition or something like that. Nagel hits the bunker. RJL. How's that? Nagel. Up and over. For birdie. Oh, for par. Donuts. The greens are now very fast. Are we going to get some kind of... Oh, I thought we would have some problems. A little bit of a delay coming up. 4-2. 4-2. Looking for his 8. Ooh, little triumph. Ravage. Hell. That's cooler. The cool factor. For birdie. Off by 2. Nagel for the hole. This guy is on fire. Randy Down beats Fred Funk. Oh, we don't have the funk. We don't have any funk. Cal Nagel. RJL. He needs a win, and he needs one now. He won the first 2 holes. Nagel. No such thing. No such thing, love. Is it in? Is it in, Jeffrey? For par. Off by 3. For the hook. Up by 4. And this will be a tie here. So we've actually hit the 40-minute mark. We're going to just skip the RJL thing because we try to do 40 minutes. All that. We had some action, and RJL is losing, so I have no faith in him. Sorry about that. Paul McGinley beating Dickie Meyer by 3. Rod Pamplin beats Woody Austin. Bubba Watson beating Chris DeMarco by 2. Good thing that picture of DeMarco does not do him justice. Mo Norman losing to Luke Donald. Oh, Luke Donald beat my Canadian. E-I-E-I-O. Well, fuck you. Oh, without a Rod. E-I-E-I-O. So I think that's 1 Canadian yay and 2 Canadian yay, right? Jim Furyk beats Aaron Baddeley by 1. Well, that's one Aaron that doesn't win. Sean O'Hare and Dave Marr going next to holes. I don't care. Holy shit! RJL came out of freaking nowhere to beat Cal Nagel in the back 9. Cal was up by 3 with 7 to go, and it looked like Cal Nagel was going to win, but RJL, what a job. Holy shit. And all that. That's just plain holy frick. Wow, I'm just blown away. RJL winning 4 of the last 5 holes on the back 9, beating Cal Nagel. Well, he's going to move on. Billy Casper beats Lee Westwood by 4. Casper, the friendly ghost. Actually, Westwood was actually supposed to be RJL's opponent, and Casper was supposed to face Nagel. But I wanted RJL to face an easier opponent for the first round. Of course, everything else is computerized. Dave Marr beats Sean O'Hare by 1. Patrick beats Adam Scott. Wow, big game. Patrick beats Scott. Judge Knudsen losing the Dan Sykes by 1. So the Sykes brothers. VJ beats Poulter by 3. I think only 1 Canadian won. I think. Yeah. 5 Canadians, only 1 won. Around 54. Now, Weir beat O'Connor. Balding got taken out by Phil Rogers. Okay. Stephen Ames lost in the playoff to Aaron Hoverholzer. Yeah, 1-3. And Mo Norman fell, and so did George Knudsen. So only 1 of the 5 Canadians won, and that's weird. So RJL's next match is against Dave Moore. We might as well do it. So RJL actually landed on a good opponent, and that's Dave Moore. So RJL might win for sure. We will have the Battle of the Stewarts. Sink versus Appleby. We'll have that matchup 5-25, 18. And we will have the legend that is Arnold Palmer, his match versus Jackie Cuppett. So we'll have Sink versus Appleby. We will have Ernie Palmer against Cuppett, and we will have Mar versus RJL Network. Yeah, come on. You got to have Arnold Palmer playing. So, yeah, Arnold Palmer will get his time in the sun with us, and also Sink versus Appleby, the Battle of the Stewarts. So, yeah, this will be very, 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 very interesting. I think if RJL wins, he gets a tough opponent in round 3. But we can only hope. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond.